Follow the trend. The trend is your friend. And right now, the trend is that the banks are dying like dinosaurs unless they do one thing. And today we're going to talk about this one thing that the banks needs to be doing before they go completely kaput like dinosaurs. But we're going to talk about a lot of things today. We're going to talk about charts. We're going to talk about the lending, payment methods, different trends happening, different big news happening this week, coming up right after the intro. What's up, guys? This is JC, and welcome to the Wealth Engineering channel. The more you pay attention to, the more aware you become. And in this channel, we pay attention to the stock, crypto, real estate, and business to find the best place to grow your portfolio. If this is something that interests you, make sure you go bullish on the like button, subscribe, and click the bell. I want to thank all my new viewers and subscribers. Thank you for your support. And I also want to thank everyone who signed up to my technical investor course. Welcome to the Wealth Engineering community. It is imperative that we learn how to manage our money, because once we learn how to manage our money, we can take control of our true wealth, our time, and our freedom. But you have invested so much time in high school, university, and learned absolutely nothing about money. This is exactly why I founded the Technical Investor course to my company, Wealth Engineering. It's a complete course that is designed to take the overload information on YouTube and break it down step by step to give you clarity, focus, and direction towards building your wealth. You will learn how to make, keep, and multiply money. On top of that, I will show you the exact same strategy that I've used to turn $1,000 into $19,000 in 9 months. You could also use the same strategy to increase your net worth. The number one feedback that I get from my students is that they wish they knew this information earlier. The best investment you can make is to invest in your financial education. So don't wait any longer and enroll for the course today. You can click it right here. Or you can sign up to one of our free courses right here. You're going to learn about the 5 things you need to know before you make your first investment. Or check out some of our free contents right here. I definitely recommend you to check out the bonus section right here. The next 10 years in crypto. This is a must-see video. My contents are only for educational and entertainment purpose only. With that said, you came here for the truth. Let's just dive deep into it. All right, guys, we're going to talk about a trend. This is a trend that I've been paying attention to for a while, but today we're going to talk about it. And I want to bring you back to earlier this year in August, where the news was released that Warren Buffett was dumping US bank stocks and he was buying gold mining stocks instead. Now, Warren Buffett has spent years of bashing gold as a bad investment. So for him to be doing something like that, and especially he was considering banks as one of the safest type of investment. So for him to go backtrack on this decision and make such a big move is a big deal. And it's also a sign of things to come in the future, because Warren Buffett is considered as one of the greatest investors to ever live, and he's always a long-term investor. He's always thinking about the long term. So something like this should already bring the attention that the banks are about to go over a major change, especially with the V word coming in. We have the V word all over the street, and that is changing like the business models of a lot of industries right now. And if the bank does not do anything about that, they are going to go extinct. They're going to go extinct like dinosaurs unless they could do this one thing. Now, here's where the trend is going. Square has put approximately 1% of their total assets in Bitcoin. And that is worth about $50 million. And this is buying $50 million in Bitcoin. The market actually reacted positive. The entire crypto market reacted positive to this news. And we're going to examine the chart later in this video. But I wanted to bring you to the trend. So this is the trend. The trend is the early companies, they're starting to move towards crypto, especially Jack Dorsey, he's been an advocate for crypto for a very long time. He's very big in the tech industries. The only future that the banks have is to basically incorporate the technology into the banking system, and that's where we have a brand new sectors now called the fintech, financial technology. And this is what Square is basically living into. Square is a fintech company, and even them, they're going towards cryptocurrencies. They're planning to offer cryptos in their platform, and they're putting their assets, they're putting their money where their mouth is, right? Throughout the same time, like we were also having some rumors that Ripple, like you guys know how I feel about Ripple. If you have checked out my course, you know exactly how I feel about Ripple and XRP. But this company as well has been there has been some rumors that they've been developing their own capital loan product. Now, capital loan, this is the domain of banks. This is really what makes banks powerful. That allows bank to create currencies and release it on the market, release it on the economy. And if we're having cryptos being taking like the market share of this industry, this is bad for the banks, because this is the only way that the banks can really maintain the power that they have. And we had a rumor about that earlier this year, but we also had a huge news that was released this week. And this news was Ripple officially released a better product. They're and they're entering the lending with the XRP credit lines to fund global payments. Now, this is a huge news, because now it's starting to shift the balance of power in the banking system, and it's starting to go in the cryptocurrency industry. This is a big trend that if you have followed the course, you know exactly how important following the trend is. And I wanted to bring your attention to something like this, because this is a huge news. Ripple is also in discussion of releasing an IPO. So again, that's the other trend we're talking about, how the stock market and the crypto market are starting to merge with each other. That's just something that we're going to keep an eye on in this channel. So don't worry about it. Make sure you subscribe to learn more, but we are going for it. Ripple also released a blog about this new feature that they added. So I'm going to leave a link in the description. Make sure you check out the description links so that you can learn more about it. I'm going to leave a link so that you can understand how they plan on doing this. The on-demand liquidity, this is how they name their products. And now they're basically saying that a country or anyone can basically purchase XRP on a credit line instead of just cash, and the system will still allow them to transfer cross-border payments with this with the credit lines, basically. So it's not a way just XRP or Ripple is giving you the loan, and the loan is you carrying the loan to make the economy running, to make the business running. And once the Ripple has the loan, well, you know, with loan comes interest rate. So that's an additional way of income for this company, and it could be very huge. Now, Ripple is not the only company that is interested in mixing loans with people, and I guess in the crypto world, you can say that Ripple has a centralized version. So it's just another way of the banks. The banks are centralized. Ripple, is in a way centralized as well. But there are other ways that are decentralized. And this is where this company comes in. RCN, that's actually a crypto I've been paying attention for over a year. But this is another method that they're doing. And I want to encourage you to check out their website as well. They're saying that RCN is an open source for global credit network that connects lenders, borrowers, and loan originators on the blockchain to create frictionless, transparent, and borderless debt market. Again, once we're talking about debt, we're talking about loan, talking about interest rate, potential for income. But the difference is this is a decentralized application. And this is actually the early version of DeFi. This is where the blockchain technology allow for so many different alternatives compared to the traditional centralized method of the banks that's been happening for over centuries now. With this technology, we have new players in the game, and with new players in the game, the costs are becoming less and less, and it becomes easier for other people to join in the game. The way I understood this is actually I can create my own bank. Basically, let's say I have $10,000. I want to give it to someone in Brazil. I can basically set up my own interest rate. That's basically what that a platform like this would allow me to do. And it also opens up a whole new world where you don't necessarily have to depend on the banks to access liquidity, to access loans. You can depend on someone like me in emerging markets. This could be a ground breaking innovation technology to influence growth and development in a emerging market in a developing country. So technologies like this are amazing, and this is where we need to pay attention to see where it's going. Now I'm gonna jump on the chart to show you how, like, this week has been an interesting week for these two markets, XRP Ripple and RCN. So I'm gonna jump on the chart and we're gonna see how we can trade this. So here I have the XRP chart right now. Since August, it's been on this downtrend. And you might wonder, why do I draw it like this, where the line is going through the candles like this? But I wanted to have a more accurate representation. And if you go on a weekly chart, you're going to see it easier. You're going to see that right there. It's touching this bottle. It's touching the body of the candles, not the wick. The wick is the noise. It's something that's going to happen maybe on a day or 2 days max. You want the body. The body is the real deal. And basically, if we're following this trend right here, we have a break of this trend. But ideally, what we would want to close above this line, because this line has been a significant support / resistance on the XRP line. So I want to see a nice close above this line. And I'm not sure. I don't think the weekly candle will make it, but we will. It's something we're going to have to check for next week as well to see where is that going. On the daily chart, I have the EMA 21 and EMA 50. Now, the reason why I have the settings for the EMA like this is because this setting is less likely to have fake outs. So here's an example of a fake out where we have a cross, a bullish cross, and then it didn't actually last that long and it went bearish again. But here's an example where the bullish cross would work, and this could be a nice profit right here. Here's another example where the bullish cross would work. We have that in the past. Here's some of the fake out, but we have a bullish cross right here. And usually in end of September, beginning of October, we have some bullish action in the XRP chart. Like right here, for example. Let's see. There we go. Right here, this is a bullish trend right here, and that was last year. I think if we go to, there you go, October. So this entire period right here was bullish with the bullish cross. So it's not uncommon to see bullish action towards this period for XRP, and right now we're about to get across. We already broke the downtrend on the daily. And it's going to be interesting to see, but we need to see a close where the body of the candle on a daily chart is above this line right here. I have my alert sets, and it's going to be an interesting thing to keep in mind on and see. And let's go for there. Now, here is RCN. So RCN, sorry about that, guys. I'm actually day trading it as well on a short-term basis, but I wanted to see. I actually waited to see the candle close before I recorded this video. Today we had an interesting candle because so far we have been going to this downtrend right here, and I wanted to see how the candle was gonna close, and it seems that it went above this line right here, and if it had closed above the line, above this orange line, it would have been amazing. It would have been great, but it has not. It has gone back to the trend, so we're gonna have to adjust this line right here. We have the body of the candle touch, body here. Let's see on the weekly. On a weekly, we're still on a downtrend, but it seems that the candle is nicely resting on this support right here nicely, and this is a support that we know have been tested and validated before. Look at that, look at that. So this is an interesting area for XRP, oh sorry, for RCN, and we're gonna make sure and check it out. But today was interesting nevertheless. Today was very interesting because of this huge candle, and we haven't seen a candle like that in a long time. Actually a couple hours ago, and let me put it on the hourly chart just to show you. A couple hours ago, look at that, we have a nice jump right here, and I think it's because of the moves happening in the crypto slash lending sector, and it's gonna be interesting to see. So usually when we have a move like this, it's normal, it's actually very healthy for it to retrace back. And for some of you, you may not be aware of the Fibonacci retracement, but I'll just put it there just so that I can see. And usually, crypto or any chart will be bouncing on this line right here, the 23.6. You can also bounce on the 38.2, and usually when it's past the 59, it's actually not a good sign. But in crypto, I have seen all sorts of things. So the next target is to see a bounce on the 61.8. And what we don't want to see, we do not want to see about like a close, one of the candle close on the hourly chart. We do not want to see that below the 78.6. But right now, it's going to be in the next couple hours. It's going to be interesting to see what's happening in this sector right here, around 400 BTC right here. It's going to be interesting to see, but ideally what we want, if we want to trade this, because it could be a very good potential for trade, is we definitely want to see a daily candle close above this line right here, so that we can start to break the downtrend. And after, we need to set a higher high. We need to close also above this white line right here. We got a nice support resistance. We got a resistance right here, right? I can even adjust it slightly below right here. That would have been a nice area. If we get any close around this area right here, especially on the daily chart, we are in for maybe a short-term bullish sign. Ideally, we need to cross, but for a chart like this, I wouldn't use the 2150. For this chart, I would use the 821 EMA. And right here, I just set it up for you. We had a nice volume candle to break the down pattern. It's a shame that it didn't close above this line, because that would have been very bullish, but it didn't. But we'll need to see what's going to happen in the next couple hours, even next couple days. This long wick on the daily chart, it's actually a bearish sign, but because this candle has moved quite some, like, I mean, let's calculate how much it had moved for the day. This is a like open right here, and it even reached, like, this is a 28% in one day. So this is an interesting move for a crypto like this, and I think a move like this is happening because of the latest news in the lending / crypto industry. But we're gonna keep an eye on it to see what happened. We need to see a close above this line to make sure we're breaking the pattern. We need to close above this line so that we can start creating higher highs. We need a cross on the EMA 821 so that we can confirm a bullish term, and then we can set our targets, and we might even start targeting around this area right here, which could be a nice profit of 30% or 35%. So we'll wait and see. I'll keep an eye on it. This is it for technical analysis. Again, just to keep your eyes on the trend, I'm gonna leave a link to these articles on the description. Make sure you check it out. But the cases are being made right now for crypto slash banking. And in the near future, if the banks doesn't necessarily adapt themselves with this new trend, well, they're gonna go extinct. But I believe Ripple and XRP is gonna come right in time as a savior to help the bank save, because a world without the current banking system is unlikely. But it's gonna be it's gonna be definitely an interesting decade. And this is the biggest wealth transfer that's gonna happen, and it's gonna happen in this decade. So make sure you're in for the ride, and we can make money together in this ride. So tomorrow I'll release the weekly videos that I have for the market overview, and we'll stay tuned for that. But until then, we'll talk on the next one.